Zinky Electronics, Smoky Amps, the greatest music ever created, and how it ruined our lives. With EB's guest, Geoffe Tate from Queensryche, Mr. Braverman will also have some heartwarming Slayer video memories to share, and a special treat for Linkin Park fans.
Hi, I'm Eric Braverman. My friends call me EB. You should probably call me Seshla, the Windwalker. I guess you can call me a storyteller. You know, the story I want to tell today is the story of heavy metal music and how much fun we're going to have with Metal Hammer, our new co-conspirators, and we've actually going to go to a robot and flamethrower manufacturer and try to make an actual metal hammer to use against Linkin Park and their fans. Also, of course, we have Geoffe Tate of Queensryche and some very whimsical Slayer memories from a Slayer tour or two ago. I felt bad because the Tom operation, a lot of Slayer shows were canceled, so I brought some classic Slayer stuff, and then of course we'll see him again later. So let's go hook up with the robot manufacturer and make the metal hammer. Get rid of Linkin Park and Nickelback fans.
The greatest music ever created, and how it ruined our lives.
Oh, for fuck's sakes, it's you again?
Hey, hi. Remember me? I was the guy that made that little mistake with the propane valve and blew up the truck at the state fair.
Yeah, I know you are.
I really thought that what I could use from you is a weapon to stop or kill Linkin Park and their fans. Can you kind of help me with something like that here in the labs?
Something like that, band? Yeah, I got something what you can do right here. I don't have to build nothing.
The greatest music ever created, and how it ruined our lives. Queensryche, Geoffe Tate.
What's something about Queensryche that we should know that we don't know?
What don't you know?
I don't know if there's something. Do you guys do a ritual together before practices that we don't know about, or does every single member of the band have to eat a certain kind of pepperoni before they do? It could be anything.
No, we don't really have any rituals, really. Well, we usually see each other before we walk on stage and, discuss last-minute changes in the set or things like that, but no, not really.
So there's nothing that's been kept from us as music fans?
No, not really. No, we've been pretty open, I think.
Okay. You're from Seattle, and there's something weird going on there with entertainment, in my opinion. We have many big metropolitan cities in America, Canada, even Europe, but Seattle somehow has Hendrix and Bruce Lee buried there. Then it goes from Heart to you guys to Metal Church to Alice in Chains to Soundgarden to Pearl Jam. We can't say that about Boston. We can say, hey, they had Extreme, boo. They didn't have all this awesome stuff. What happened in Seattle?
I don't know. It rains every day, so all there is to do in most of the winter months is stay inside and write music. So maybe that's what happens.
Well, the suicide rate there is very high.
Yeah. It's
And,
like it's highest in the country.
Well, of the bands I named, wouldn't you say there's a lot of emotional trauma in the music of bands from Seattle?
Yeah, there could be. Yeah, the darkness, the cloud cover, that tends to, depress people.
So do you think that psychiatric effect of the clouding and how much it has rain and has affected the music scene, and that's why?
Well, I think that that probably has something to do with it. Also, Seattle is a very arts-supportive community. We have radio stations there that play local bands still. There's a thriving club scene. There's all kinds of committees and schools that help support the arts and of all types. So that's really nice. A lot of cities don't have that. They're struggling along with whatever industry is running the city, basically.
What I'm concerned about is a maximum kill count, a metal hammer of destruction that just takes out thousands of Linkin Park fans at a time, if possible. This looks...
Check it out, my friend. This is what you got right here. A multi-directional, omnidirectional set of 30 cals on a badass ejection seat out of a B-29. Right on! That's what I thought, baby! You power!
God damn it.
Queensryche, Geoffe, Tate.
Would you have tried out for American Idol? If you were 14, when that started, because your voice is such obviously a gift, you would have
I would never have done
thought,
that.
I could win this.
Well, see, I don't agree with the whole mentality of it. I don't think music and art is a sporting event. I don't think it should be competitive, because music and art is subjective. It's all subjective, dependent upon someone's ability to take it in.
Who's your favorite? You have a favorite singer? A favorite hard rock singer?
No, I don't.
You're probably done with singing after you're done, right? How much more singing can you listen to?
It's all just expression, It's how you want to paint the picture, how you express the song. There's a number of different ways you can do it. You can take 6 different singers and they're going to sing the song differently. That's beautiful.
Why do you think heavy metal is kind of a bad word or a bad connotation? It doesn't get the respect. So, for instance, how many times have you been on Jay Leno?
Never.
See, how can you have not ever been on Jay Leno and they got all these sappy things that couldn't sell 14 tickets to anything?
Why aren't we mainstream?
Well, I don't know if it's mainstream or it
Yeah,
doesn't get the respect.
It's complete mainstream.
But the name of my show is The Greatest Music Ever Created and How It Ruined Our Lives. That's the show we're on right now. And I kind of look at that like the damage done, and people kind of look at us like we all are going to have a Motorhead shirt. If we like metal, we're all going to have a Motorhead shirt, and be on something.
Well, I'll give you my opinion. When you start putting all these different bands in a box and labeling it heavy metal, I don't believe in doing that, first off. But if you're going to do that, and we're going to talk in that way, there's a lot of stupidity in metal music. A lot of bands that, they're not really saying anything interesting, in my opinion. There's a lot of angst, and testosterone and, this kind of thing, which, cool, it's expression, I'm all for that. But putting that in a mainstream format, it doesn't quite work.
You like flamethrowers, don't you?
I'm an American. Of course I love flamethrowers. Get a lot of this one. You're totally set apart from what I call kind of like our mentally damaged fans, friends, you know, the Metallica mentality or the Judas Priest mentality. It's just like, let's rock, let's metal. Your stuff from very early on, right up to your latest thing, the American Soldier thing, is all about dealing with emotional damage or trauma, again, in a real way. You know, Operation Mindcrime, all the stuff addressed there. Then the stuff even be addressed in your album today. Well, how did that happen? By accident? Did you consciously go, I'm going to use my voice as an educational tool, a tool for good society? And did your parents make you like that?
I wish I would have thought that way. No, I was just expressing myself, you know, as everybody in our band has done. Okay, here's the subject we're going to try to tackle. Okay, how do we best paint this picture musically? Here's the lyric, and how do we get this emotion across in a musical way? And so we try a number of different avenues till we hit upon the one where our little committee of people says, oh, that's it, that does it. Then we have a song.
What's like a biggest mistake you guys have made as a band? Did you ever like do too much cocaine, or did you find out that someone ripped you off? Or,
We had a lot of that.
Because you guys always seem like a behaved, thoughtful band. I'm like,
Well, we just don't publicize the the mistakes.
See, that's what I asked like in the first place. Tell us something we don't know about Queensryche.
There's nothing.
So there's no pending court. There was never any, you don't have like a bunch of illegitimate children sprinkled all over the world.
You can't this next year will be our 30th year anniversary.
Whoa.
And so you can't have gone 30 years in this business without having some ups and downs and sideways momentum, we've had the loss of our major founding member, Chris DeGarmo, left. At the same time, our management dropped us. At the same time, our record company went out of business.
Yikes.
And we had to recover from all that, and that was very difficult to do, very difficult. When you take a founding member who's, a major songwriter out of the band, all of a sudden you have this vehicle that can go, but it's missing an engine. So
and he's pretty good.
Yeah, he was a great guitar player and a great singer and a wonderful creative person.
You ever talk to him anymore?
I've talked to him several times a week.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Check it out. I got all the good stuff in the back. We can take all these guys out. Check this out. I got the good stuff over here.
See that right there? See that right there? They wouldn't even know what hit them. Golf balls. Golf balls shoot out of that. Golf balls. They wouldn't even know what hit them.
You hit a Lincoln Park fan with a golf ball.
A mile away.
They'll dissolve. What about this head-crushing device?
Check it out. Check this out over here.
Look at this. Look at this. Flames. Bazookas. This thing goes around with claws. I'll bring them up and close to them. They go this way. They say, yo, these clampers clamp down on them. Yeah. And then shoot them with this.
I'm thinking sexual mutilation.
Shut up! And this is gonna kill him and blow him alive!
I'm just thinking the sexual mutilation that could come about with that would be very good for their fans and their band. Their band or their fans. If there was somebody you could just kill and get away with it, who would it be?
Well, I really can't say, but I have had that conversation many times. It kind of works like this. If you were a vampire,
Yeah.
who would you eat, or who would you kill right away? I have a hit list.
Well, if you're a vampire, though, don't you keep them alive to come back and
No.
keep? Oh, you just drink the blood and kill them. Okay, so at least he has a list.
Yeah.
He won't tell us who the victim should be, but he will. He would do that.
I'd probably take out George Bush.
George Bush.
Both
of them?
Yeah.
What? Because they're not Queensryche fans, or did they slight you personally, or just what they've done to a world?
I think they just pretty much annihilated our entire country.
You could have made any product. You could have made a soda. You could have made a potato chip dip. But you made wine. Kind of like Jesus. Could have made anything, but he made wine. Why wine?
Well, all those things you mentioned, I don't eat or drink. This is what I drink. So, this is what I like.
But I mean, did you
and what
think I
know.
want to have another business outlet, or I just want to have so much wine around me I can't?
No, I just want to be able to drink wine whenever I want.
Is that your wine?
Yeah, this isn't, no.
Oh, because I was going to give me that right now. If it's not your wine, I don't want to try it. Silent Lucidity. I've been to like 15 to 200 weddings where that was played.
I know, it's
Does
crazy.
do you realize that's a big wedding song
Yeah.
in the world?
It's a big wedding song. It's a popular birth song. It's a song that people play when they're making babies. You know, it kind of covers everything, really, that song.
What the hell does that even mean? Silent Lucidity.
You know,
it doesn't really
it's a
just
word.
say it in the song. Silent Lucidity is this.
It's one thing I'm very proud about is, you know, we had a part in educating the world on that word, lucidity. It's not a word that people used very much, you know, in the lexicon of modern language. You
I
know?
understand the word, but put with silent in the song.
Yeah, well, silent thoughtfulness, you know, looking within, that kind of thing. You know, it's a lullaby, really, to a child.
To
song
your
is.
own?
Yeah,
Your daughter?
yeah.
Because I saw her on
Well,
the
Chris.
internet. I went to do my little research. I see her in there singing with you or doing something. You already have her
Yeah.
trying to ruin her life with showbiz.
Can't hold them back.
Is there anything that you how do I put this? You did this American Soldier thing, and as I'm listening to it, I'm like, wow, they put a lot of work into this. This isn't like, we got to crank an album out, let's just crank an album out. There's a lot of work put in it. And then there was like little stuff with the soldiers
Yeah.
throughout. And I have a lot of military in my family. My grandfather was a Marine at Okinawa. My dad was Marine. My mom's brother was Marine. My dad's brother was a Marine. Maybe that's why I ended up like this. I missed that. But do you have someone that was in the military?
My dad.
Your dad.
Yep.
So is that what?
Career military, actually.
So did that inspire this? Or?
Oh, yeah, yeah.
So he's gone out to all these wars and.
Well, not
If he's
all
career,
of them, but yeah.
What's branch of the military?
Air Force.
So he's in the Air
But he
Force.
started in the Marines and in Korea, and he served in Korea and Vietnam, both. And yeah, I grew up in a military family, and as is usual with military families, you don't talk about war experiences. It's not usual. People tend to kind of bury that stuff, and they don't talk about it.
Did he
But
talk to you about it?
No. All through my growing up years, I'd always ask him, Dad, you know, what happened? What was it like over there, you know? You don't want to hear that shit, kid, you know? So somewhere around maybe 2006, 2007, I was visiting him, and we were sitting out on his back porch drinking some iced tea on a hot summer day. And out of the blue, he just started telling me about Korea. And he's never talked about that before. And I said, Dad, wait a minute. Let me grab my flip camera, you know? So I grabbed it and I recorded the conversation we had. So a couple weeks later, I'm back home and I'm playing it for my wife and my kids. And my wife says, you got to write a song about that. You got to write a song about your dad's experiences. You know, it's very cool, you know, very, very different.
Is there anything you'd like to say out to the people that you don't, because of the platform you're in, or you don't get a chance to? Is there something you'd like to say to Queensryche fans? Hey, Queensryche fans, I'd like to say this to you. It could be unrelated to Queensryche.
Well, one of the things I love about Queensryche fans is they tend to be very open-minded when it comes to music. They like a lot of different styles, a lot of different genres of music, and they have large record collections. And so for us, that gives us a lot of room to maneuver when we do create a record. We don't feel pigeonholed like, oh my God, we have to go write a song that goes chunk 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 chunk. You know,
Yeah.
we feel like we can pretty much do anything we want, anything that moves us, and that's a great place to be. And I have to thank our fans for allowing us to do that. So thank you.
I don't know. I don't know if this is effective enough. I might need some kind of nuclear stuff.
Remote control, baby! Scrawny little wimpy neck!
You know what? I don't know if your heart's in this or not. I think I'm going to call my other robot-making, flamethrower-inventing friend.
You have other flamethrowing manufacturing friends? You know, I think you just insulted my friend.
Slayer show, there's either a storm or a war going on, or God Hates Us All came out on 9/11. You were in Denver when Columbine happened. There's a war going on now. We were in Tucson the day the Gulf War started with you.
Well, there's always war going on.
Hey, no, stop! Shut up! Shut up! Peanut gallery ruining video. So what would be? You're responsible for that? Do you feel? Is it because you're about to play? Is it the energy of you playing, or just the bad thoughts that you put out?
Dude, I have no answer for that, man. But you're naming off things that you're right.
You were there.
That Columbine, we were there.
That was hilarious. And then they asked you not
hilarious.
The night we got there that morning, crash out.
Yeah.
You wake up to do the show, and you see this, going on TV. And
it's like 9/11.
Yeah, just like that.
9/11. No, the Slayer album's coming out today. I'm getting excited. And next thing you know, buildings are falling on top of the Tower Records. Okay, so you're not going to take for that. Then I read an article yesterday. I read an article yesterday about your new album coming out, and it said heaviest album since Rain and Blood. So did that imply that like God Hates Us All was not like a heavy? I don't see. What does that mean? I don't get what they're saying.
I don't know, but the new album is a cross section of everything. It's a cross section of everything we've done. It's pretty heavy. What you hear when you listen to Cult? Does it sound like Slayer? Have you heard Cult?
When you sing.
Oh, then you say okay. Do I hear Slayer?
No, yeah. When you heard it.
Yes, I hear Slayer.
Yeah, well then the album's going to sound like
classic.
Slayer.
Okay. Yeah. What would you do? It seems like it's pretty much the end of the world. We have global warming all going on. We have a big bird virus going on. We have tsunamis and volcanoes. We have terrorists attacking Spain, India, our country, Russia, every single thing. Is there anything we can do about it? Do you think you have anything?
No,
message
because
for the people?
it was all destined to happen.
Because of the Bible?
This is the end of days.
Okay, good. So you
see what's going on in Israel?
What? They're not
Israel and Lebanon?
Well, they just like to fight, right?
No.
You think it's all based on all that and going back?
There's something else going on.
It just keeps getting worse, too.
What they're doing is that they're distracting everybody's attention. So they're like bombing the shit out of Israel. Israel's bombing Lebanon. Well, what's it, Hezbollah?
It's like pawns.
Hezbollah. Yeah.
Hezbollah?
Hezbollah.
Yeah.
And then
it's a distraction because there's something else going on. And I bet you anything that they're doing this so they can take pressure off Iran because they're...
Or Iraq, too, right?
No, Iran because they're trying to develop a nuclear war.
Iran's given Hezbollah.
But you think Iran is trying to take pressure off themselves?
Iran has given Hezbollah all these rockets.
Here, use them, and we're not going to use them.
Yeah, use South Korea. Cause a little deterrent over here so we can do what we're doing over here and nobody will know what we're doing.
Oh, hi. You're still hanging out. Good. I'm glad. This will scare Lincoln Park fans. They'll actually urinate themselves if they see this in daytime. So, what have we learned? Hey, we've learned that if you want to get rid of Lincoln Park fans, a lot of people will volunteer their flamethrowers to help with that. And we've learned that Geoffe Tate of Queensryche's a cool guy, and you can always take Slayer stuff out of the vault or out of the old attic or whatever it might be to get some teary-eyed good reaction. So, we'll see you next time. I'm on my way to Tibet to interview the Dalai Lama.
And now, we'd like to thank you, our guests from Slayer and Queensryche, our friends at Zinke Electronics, makers of the Smoky Amp, and... Hey, is that my stomach or yours? We probably shouldn't have had a Canadian club breakfast again. Don't you know Lincoln Park is cocksucker wannabe spelled in reverse?